Meet Nars Fast Longwear Foundation that looks stronger, stays longer with skin recognition pigments for the truest color match. 16 hours of wear featuring Nars Skin Optimizing Complex. Just see it being used on the Instagram videos and it has such a nice finish. Let me see if I'm going to achieve the same thing, so I'm just shaking it. Okay, I've just been dying to try this foundation. This is how the foundation looks like. It's quite an amount, and this is in the shade Macao. It also comes with a pump, which is amazing. I love foundations that have pumps, because if it doesn't have a pump, I'll just struggle getting the foundation out of the tube. But this one is amazing. So for primer, I'm using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, because I didn't want to use the luminizing primer that I have, because this foundation doesn't have a matte finish and I just don't want to use an oily primer and an oily foundation. Let's just go straight into the foundation now that the primer is well settled on the skin, and I'll be using a foundation brush. So I'm just going to take a small amount of the foundation because I know it has quite good coverage. I don't need too much of it. So I'll concentrate it on those areas and then I'll just blend it outwards. So far so good. This foundation goes for 6,300 to 7,000 locally, but it has a nice finish. I love the finish. I just don't see why it's that expensive. Okay, let me stop complaining before I finish blending, because I might just be proven wrong. Because as I continue blending, it's actually blending faster, and I am living for this finish. Like, I have such a nice glow. You see? I am now starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. This is beautiful. Like, my skin still looks like skin, and I have coverage, because you know some foundations, yes, you'll get coverage, but then it will be like you have foundation, but this one is like you have flawless skin. Get it? Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. So far, what I'm loving the most about this foundation is the fact that I didn't have to use a lot, and also the fact that it still has a glow in it. So if you're on the dry skin side, this is definitely foundation that you should consider getting, because it is amazing. It is amazing. For dry skin, this is good. For oily skin, unless you use a mattifying primer, it might be too oily for you. So to highlight my face, I'm using a Legal Pro Coverage Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. And those are the only parts I'm going to apply it, because it's very light, and then I'll just blend it. But I'll still use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Dark 42 in these parts. To blend the concealer, I'll use this brush. So this foundation is actually really behaving well. When I'm blending the concealer, the foundation is not moving, it's still so intact, which is a very good thing. So a bonus for that. So for this inner part, I'm going to use this tiny beauty blender. Guys, this is not something you get every day. Like with other foundations, I'd be creasing right now. This is so good. Can you see that finish? This is amazing. This is good. You see how easily these products are blending out, and the foundation is still so intact. Wow. Okay, this is amazing. For the nose, I choose to use this to make work easier. So far, we are looking so good. Everything is intact. This is like the most beautiful blend I've ever achieved, no lies. Ignore all the others I've ever said. This is so beautiful. And I think it's all about the foundation, because I've used the same concealers before and I've never had such an easy time blending out concealer. So this foundation is definitely holding everything together. It is strong, it is powerful. So I don't like doing cream contour. I'm just going to set my face and then do powder contour. I am still not decided on which setting powder to use. When I was doing the Juvia's review, I used the Juvia's setting powder and it was just a mess. Honestly, it was just a mess. So I don't know whether to give it another trial but use a different technique, or to avoid risking, just use a different setting powder. But I'm not a quitter, so I'm gonna try it again with a different technique. So this is the powder. It's in the shade color Harry. I've used the setting powder on this tiny beauty blender. Yeah, so I'll do it so fast. So I'll push it into the skin, take off the excess, and as fast as I can, and then without wasting any time, taking my damp beauty blender and blend. I'm not loving it. It's still not working. Shit. So I'll just use my J-Cut banana powder. I don't know what's wrong with this Juvia's powder, by the way. So this one, just by even this, using just this beauty blender and just tapping it, everything is blending. Unlike this other side where I've used the Juvia's. With the Juvia's powder, it becomes patchy. But with this, it gives me beautiful, beautiful finish. So I'll also use it on the side I've used the Juvia's. If you guys can see around this area, can see, especially here, the Juvia's powder was starting to become patchy. But with this side, you can see everything is seamless. So I'm not using that powder again. I've given it 2 chances. It has disappointed. I love concentrating powder on this area because it helps avoid getting smile lines. And you can see how this powder is just so easy to use. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper, but sometimes, guys, cheap is amazing. And to swipe off the powder, I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Toffee. And you see just how easy it is. You just swipe and the powder disappears. For blush, I'm going to use this Cherry Wet color from the Jawbreaker palette. For highlight, I'll use this. To set my face, I'll use this City Color matte setting spray. I am so loving this look. From the lipstick to the eyeshadow, the foundation is holding up so well. Let me just make my hair and I'll be back. So that's the final look. So I can actually say it's a very good foundation, worth the money. I can say that I definitely have that radiant finish. The coverage is nice. What else did it claim to do? First long wear foundation that looks stronger, stays longer. Yeah, I can say it's definitely stronger because, like, when I tried to use the foundation, the Juvia setting powder here, and it started misbehaving, the foundation still held up pretty well. So it's definitely a foundation that has that strong base. What else? I loved the radiance that it gives. So if you have dry skin, you'd look perfect with this. Yeah, so I love it. Would I buy it again? 6,000? No, I wouldn't, because I really didn't find a wow factor, like something that I'd say, you know what, to hell with all my other foundations, I'm going to stick with this. No, it's like slightly better, slightly more beautiful, but they like do the same thing. So yeah, why would I just waste my 6,000 shillings like that over and over again? I'm loving the finish. I'm loving everything about the foundation and about the look. If you've used this foundation before, kindly comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know why you bought it. Let me know if it met your expectations. Would you buy it again? And also, I'm still requesting, if you've used the Juvia setting powder and it's working for you, kindly share some tips that maybe I can try to make it work. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I've touched your soul.